I just want to say, right, I've never, between birth and age 32, I'd never even spoken to a prostitute before, never mind knowing what they were, right? Well, I knew what they were, but I didn't know. I only knew from the pictures in the Bible of women with tops hanging off their shoulders and too much lipstick on, right? That was my idea of a prostitute. Anyway, so I was 32, they flung me out the Jehovah's Witnesses and they put me in, I was in a £750,000 house in Queen's Drive. Beautiful big house, right, with my husband. We had a Vauxhall Zafira, a puppy, 4 kids. The house was luxurious, beautiful, and we had everything right across the road from the park. And when they took all my kids and everything, they put me in Inglefield Street, which is a house for prostitutes, right? And I'd shaved my hair off by this time because I was so distraught. And because I had long hair and I was still a bit attractive at that age, guys were staring at me all the time and I couldn't deal with it. You know, I wanted to focus on my kids and they keep following me around the streets and stuff, and I knew I needed to focus on my kids, so I shaved my head. And nobody really looks at you then. But anyway, so I'm in this hostel. They're fucking handing me out condoms, right? And they're saying there's a church across the road if you want to go to that church. I was like, what the fuck do I want condoms for? Like, I was too shocked to even understand what was going on. And then I was like, I can't stay here. And then I said, right, I'm going to go and stay with a friend of mine and babysit his kids. And I did that for a few days, and then I couldn't stay there any longer. Like, my job was up. So I had to go back to them. And they said to me, right, we've not got a room for you. You have to sleep in a cupboard and there's no lock on the door. And I was like, what, you're kidding me on? And they said, no, there's no lock on this door. And I mean, the hostel was loud as like, it was like a prison cell kind of place, you know, all these special doors that you can't get out of unless you press buttons and shit. And they were telling me to tick all these boxes. Do I take drugs? Do I not? Oh, fuck, I did not even know what I was doing there, right? But something inside me was thinking they might want to make me into a prostitute, so I'm going to go to the church across the way. And I went to the church across the way. Elam, I think it was called, and they were sweet to me, but at the same time, one of them said, oh, here's a social worker, she'll help you. And the social worker just looked like the one that I just tried to get my kids back off. So I was like, this is not happening. But I think the moral of this story is, how can you put a mother of children who's only used to going to 5 meetings a week, preparing for those 5 meetings a week, preparing for the preaching work, going out preaching 2-3 times a week, and, you know, just cooking for her family and all the other Jehovah's Witness elders, to put them into a house for prostitutes in Inglefield Street? What is it you wanted me to really do? And when I look back, you took my 2 kids, the 2 babies, just chucking me out the fucking hospital. You can go now, as if I am your fucking baby machine, you know. And what do? Take them to Hollywood and start slapping about with Frasier and famous people that I don't even know? You go into the house for prostitutes. The Jews will pay you. They'll pay to fuck you.